Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name is Rob Williams, and I'm here with
Gaming Pale Rider,
as well as
Steve 3,
as well as
Anil Sharma.
Welcome back, Anil. For those who don't know, we recorded this after we recorded the Mighty Wind, and the Mighty Wind did blow when Anil came in for the last 5 seconds of that episode. And unfortunately, we couldn't get him into that episode, but you got you here. So, Anil, how you doing, sir?
I'm, as the kids would say, mid.
You got the lingo, sir. That's kind of mid.
Mid.
You're mid.
Actually, they made a TikTok of making fun of me and me trying to keep up with the lingo. So it's kind of funny. I'm a TikTok meme now.
You're
or
old.
something.
Man.
I don't know what I am. Of course I am. So are you. So here we are.
I'm young. I'm young. I tell my kids I'm 87. They believe it. So, but today we're talking about Bad Batch episodes 1 through 4, the final season. We thought we'd just wait a couple episodes in and just kind of see how it goes instead of doing it episode by episode. And I kind of like it this way because, boy, they hit us hard right at the premiere. 3 episodes. I mean, Jamie, I wasn't following through. So were you aware that they were going to do 3 episodes of the first day?
You're not that old then, Rob.
Yeah, I thought they advertised that in advance that we were getting 3 right away.
I wasn't paying attention to that. I've been kind of avoiding spoilers because I want to go in clean. I want to go in like a white sheet here. So
I mean, we had a pretty busy time around the point where Bad Batch was premiering. Like that was Fan Expo prep and all that stuff. So yeah, I feel like we were pretty busy. I definitely didn't have time to really process that we were getting a new Star Wars show.
Yeah. What about you, Steve? How did you like the start of this season so far?
I kind of enjoy the drop into 3, to be honest with you, because if it was just episode 1 we got, honestly, I think I'd be not rushing back. You know, I wouldn't be enthused. I think I had the option to watch 1 and 2 if I needed to, and I did feel I needed to watch 2 after watching 1. Not to say 1 was terrible, but I just feel I needed a little bit more to grasp what the story was going to be and where we were going to go a little bit more. So I'm kind of glad they did the 3 drop, and now I'm more than happy to wait every week to watch it. And
you too, Neil, were you happy for 3 episodes right off the bat?
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know that was going to happen. Kind of in the same boat. I don't know. I tend to not look at anything about anything that I like or dislike these days. I just don't look at anything. But yes, it was nice to see when it did show up. It's like 3 episode premiere. I was like, oh, sweet. It's still, you guys know what it's like for my schedule. I think I still ended up having to watch it almost episodically. I didn't get to sit down and watch an hour and a half in one go, but it was an interesting beginning. Very slow burn, I would say. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, it was a slow burn.
I kind of liked it though. It reminded me a little bit of what we had with Kenobi when we first watched Kenobi. In the first episode, we saw the painstaking, monotonous, everyday life of what Kenobi was going through, and what you can imagine was getting him into his pace of life. And the same thing here with Omega. We get to see that, you know, they're kind of taming her down and keeping her prisoner, basically, even though they say she's not. But I think the pace kind of worked to set a scene.
Did you feel that the years had passed though? Because I remember when in just the last episode, either it was 5 or 4, they talk about how she was gone for years. I didn't feel years had passed.
I never clocked it was years. I thought it was months, not years.
Yeah, I thought it was a couple hundred days.
No, but they said in, I think, episode 5, you were gone for years, implying more than 2. And it just didn't seem that way. She'd grown, her hair got longer, but it just didn't seem like she had gotten that much older. So
I need to go back and look at that. I really don't. I don't know if that was actually the timeline or not. I honestly, up until you
I could
said
be wrong.
that,
I could be wrong.
Up until you said that, I did not put years on there at all.
But I found the first 3 episodes quite easily consumable. I love Bad Batch. I'm enjoying the series as it is, and it was nice that they bounced from story to story, which we'll get into. We'll break it down from story by story here. But I really enjoyed it, easily consumable, as I said, and it was a quick watch for me. And as a Neil, just like a Neil, it's about the time you can spend, and I was able to spend it on this one. So, but we will break it down in first episode here. We'll start with Confined. This is where we actually just see Omega now living her life in prison. And I want to ask Anil about this one here. What did you think about this one? We'll start with the obvious question. What did you think?
I mean, I'm here for it. Like again, it feel like it's we're on a collision course. I mean, obviously she's going to meet up with the gang, the rest of the batch, and like just there's a lot of predictable things, and I do have to remind myself that it's a cartoon, right? It's a cartoon, and it's probably not aimed entirely at us old guys, right?
Yeah.
Right. So there's some predictability to the storyline, and you know where it's going to go, especially if you've watched any Star Wars, right? I mean, we know what the cloning's all about. It's just going to be interesting to see how many puzzle pieces we get in this that will lead into the whatever Filoni has I guess, big of all of this, kind of culminating in, I assume, his movie. But who knows? I don't know. Like, things change all the time, it seems, over there in the land of the mouse. So who knows? But it's interesting to see some of these puzzle pieces kind of drop into place. You got Crosshair. You know that Omega is going to be getting on board with getting him out, and it's funny. You guys mentioned episode 5 already, and that's the one I haven't seen. And of course, episode 4 leaves off. I know I'm jumping around already, but episode 4 leaving off right where they all get back together, essentially, minus Rob's favorite guy. So yeah, so no body, no death, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So anyways, I like seeing this expanding the lore. This whole cloning thing, it's going to culminate in Palpatine trying to make Snoke and himself and Rey's dad or whatever, So yeah, I'm just very interested to see how they weave it all together, and I hope they honor all of the other, I guess, properties, or I don't know what you want to call it, other media that is tied in with this.
Jamie, how do you feel about Dr. Hemlock as the villain? Is he kind of a good villain? Is he kind of meh? Is he mid, as the kids say? You enjoying him as
I don't know what mid means, so I'm not going to say he's that.
Middle of the road.
It means he's okay.
I like him so far.
Is he fire?
I don't think they say that anymore.
Is he fire? No. He's mid? No.
I like him so far.
You're fired.
I like Rob's gonna get fired. I like the quiet menace. I think that's fun in a villain, and not something we get a lot in Star Wars. I guess we got it with Thrawn recently, but yeah, just that calm, calculating. I always find that to be more threatening than the mustache twirling or just mad cackling guy.
There's a touch of mustache here.
Oh, a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
Like Neil said, it's a kid show, so we're gonna get some mustache twirling for sure. But yeah, he's a fun bad guy so far. I hope they do a little bit more with him, but I'm on board for it.
I want to ask Steve about Batcher. You dig in the animal sidekick that every show must have? You have a kid's child sidekick, now an animal sidekick.
We're still kind of on the episode 1 part of it when we meet this thing, and then was it episode 1 we see her patch up his wounds?
Yeah, I believe it's 1, and 3 is when it's released and all heck breaks loose.
Right. So in episode 1 we see her patching up the wounds. For me, it was like obvious foreshadowing.
Yeah.
So again, the way it's written is not for necessarily someone who's totally analyzing every second of the show, thinking about what it can lead to and who it can be when, and I get that. You got to have a bit of fun with something when you write it and let people who don't want to do that enjoy it. But yeah, I saw the foreshadowing, especially when she let him go and all the rest of it. Yeah. So I'm enjoying the fact it's there. It's a little bit of fun. It's a little bit of fun put into this animation, which I think you need. And it's promoted a lot of fun for everyone else that's watching it grow. So yeah, good. It doesn't talk, right? And that's a good thing. So we got a fun character. We got a fun character that doesn't talk, and it's just out there to add a bit of comic relief. And I like that because we haven't really got any of that. The banter is pretty serious in this one. This is the last season. Everything's quite serious. You got these guys getting back together again who are a force to be reckoned with. They got their counterpart coming back in. They got Omega, who's going to be obviously playing a bigger part and pretty much the glue keeping them together. So we need that comic relief. It can't just be Wrecker being an idiot all the time. So yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the behind the day-to-day stuff that goes on in it's called Wayland, right? It's nice to see the day-to-day stuff, the monotony, and is it Tantus? The Jungles of Wayland is what I was reading here.
Like Wayland Industries from Aliens?
Yeah, well, that's where the name came from, right? Am I correct in think that, Neil?
Well, it came from the old Timothy Zahn book.
Okay, yeah. I figured Jamie wouldn't let that one slip
the
by.
planet was Wayland, and it was Mount Tantus where Palpatine's old cloning stuff was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the whole Joris C'baoth and all that business, right?
Yeah, the old Jedi clones.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh,
right?
you
I'm
readers.
in the same. I'm in the right novel. Read books, Jerry.
You bloody readers and your words.
Yeah, I don't read anymore. I only get audiobooks now. But anyway.
Do you read anything lately?
Audiobooks.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. What are you reading lately?
Like paper or
okay. All right. We'll just move on to the question here. I'm asking when I say read, I'm including the audiobooks, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I crushed 3 books. I had Seth Rogen's biography. I
meant Star Wars related.
Homo Deus. Oh, hi. Oh, Star Wars. Nothing yet. I just spent about a month putting all of my Star Wars comics in order so I can read them. But I've got about 100 issues of Star Wars comics to read now.
In audio form. Oh, awesome.
No, those I'll actually read.
They got
paper.
pictures, Rob.
Comics,
they got pictures.
Yeah.
Pictures.
No, comics are paper, baby.
All right.
Actually, Steve, you'll be.
No, I won't.
The only comics I've read lately are Aliens.
You paused there, Neil. Sorry, say that again.
We lost you.
We lost you for a second.
Oh, I said the only comics I've been reading lately are my Aliens comics.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm not going to sidetrack. You're not going to do this to me. You're not going to do this to me.
Well, let's talk about Paths Unknown, episode 2, then, because this is where we actually see the return of the Duran crime family. I was just like, at first, like, why do I recognize this? And then all of a sudden, it was cool to see Duran come back here, and it was a callback to, was it 2 seasons ago, or was it last season? I can't remember, where he pretty much spared his life or so. But do you guys recognize the voice of the female?
The Queen lady?
The Queen, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Angelica Houston?
Sure was.
Okay.
Oh, for real?
Right. Yeah. Yes. I thought I recognized
Wow, that's a good get.
Nice.
Damn.
Perfect. Anyway, what do you guys think about this episode so far? It was nice to see that it's weird seeing the 2 of them now just surviving. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, definitely weird to see just 2 of them. I kind of like the storyline. It works.
Yeah.
Again, it was just another episode to show us where everyone is at the time that we start this journey of the last season. So it was fun. It was good to see. I like that environment. I like what they did. I like the fact that they brought his horn back for him. But it was kind of a long way to get the information that they got. It was a long way around it, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, in this episode,
I did like.
So go ahead, Neil.
Oh, so I did like the Rancor Pitish aspect of the whatever throne room that was.
The practical ray shield that you can stand on.
Yeah, that was pretty insidious. That was scary.
Yeah.
But in this episode, we see the two remaining members of the Bad Batch just kind of looking for information to find Omega, and they run into some younger clones, which again, I keep getting surprised. I forget the timeline of this whole thing. It's been so long since season to season, and now we're in season 3. It just seems like forever ago when we were just talking about
66.
young clones, and they sank the whole Camino place. And so
again, it's another reason why I think these episodes, which may not be super getting to the point, are kind of good, because it does settle us into the timeline. It grounds us to where we're starting from in this season. So I think they're definitely needed. Everyone always is quick to assume filler, but sometimes the filler is absolutely needed in some respects. So yeah, I think we need that. I think we need to see that there's still people out there on the run, and it's not just the Bad Batch.
Yeah. What did you think, Jamie?
It was pretty heartbreaking. Them just driving home the brutality of the Empire, especially when it comes to clones. And like last season, we had that. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name.
Mayday?
The Mayday, yeah, the banged up clone, and that was awful.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get kids who should have been killed in an orbital bombardment, but managed to survive, and they're just left behind like they're children.
Yeah. Well, didn't they take them from Camino and then use them for experimentation in that first original plant?
I think that was the idea. Yeah.
It's just really nightmarish shit that's going on.
And they just I'm assuming they just took off and torpedoed it from outer space. And did the barrage from
and the kids said they were supposed to be there, but they just managed to escape in time when they figured out what was happening. Like they should have been killed.
Weren't they barraging though because of the monster that was taken over?
Yeah, the stuff they created there.
Yeah.
It does seem like a crazy thing to do, is to try and create this ultimate monster.
Well, they like screwing around with things. What about you, Neil? What'd you think of this episode?
Yeah, there's been a little bit of Lord of the Flies action going on.
Good call.
But again, it's killed a pig. But where's Piggy? I think you do see what's going to happen before it happens, and you knew that those two were going to go and get the ship and save those guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw the predictability of that, but I mean, it doesn't negate that it was still fun and cool to see Wrecker do Wrecker things, and I like seeing Wrecker do Wrecker things, right?
Yeah.
Don't we all?
He's
and
a fun guy.
The tendril, the freaky vine monster thing. I mean, I guess it was one big ass monster, all in, like, because at first you think that there's these things growing all over the place.
Well, I think
was that thing one big ass monster?
I think there was two things though, wasn't there? The other thing came from when they went into the place to get the
water.
I see. It says like Slithervines revealed the tentacles of a huge monster. So I guess it's like you think of someone told me like monster. Fungus is kind of grows as if it's one being or something like that, like mushrooms or so.
Oh, like in Last of Us.
It kind of reminded me, Jamie, of that Umbra arc we got in Clone Wars.
A little bit, right?
Where they were all out in those fields, and those tendrils were all over the fields. If you stepped on one, this thing would just awaken with the same kind of jaws, and kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, I got those vibes as well. I think those things were closer to like little mini Sarlacc type things, but yeah, same idea for sure. Really cool. Yeah, good call, Steve.
I can't remember that one.
Were you guys doing any High Republic? Anybody following that, reading that, or anything?
Sadly, no.
Did you say reading?
What was I thinking? Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm gonna send you some books from Charlie's library to kickstart you. Okay.
And if you can send me books, Jamie can send me Twinkies.
There you go. Charlie,
one of those will be consumed.
We'll save on shipping, James.
Why do you mention the
So there's I think they're called the Dengiri, is that what they are? But they're these plant monster kind of things that essentially become the biggest threat in the universe at some point. Uh, anyway, there was I just wonder if there's some relation to that because it was a pretty big deal in the High Republic. So, but that's a whole other tangent that none of you guys are following, so I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole with you.
You know,
But
the funnest bit for
the
me
High
in
Republic
episode
stuff.
2, though,
Sorry,
was sorry, I didn't know if we, I
Steve,
thought
go,
you were done. Sorry,
you
Neil.
go, Steve.
The thing's cutting off
Oh,
there. I
I was
didn't
just gonna say, I don't know what I was gonna say. It's okay. Go ahead.
know. I
Fun.
was gonna say the
Stay with
funnest
fun.
thing for me.
Stick on fun.
Yeah, so the funnest thing for me on that episode 2, we're talking about that beast, was the last bit where they drop the final grenade. You see him dump all the grenades out of the box, and they sneak one back, and they sort of give each other the wink, and then the final one goes in, but it doesn't just plop in and explode. It does that ding, 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 and bounces off the teeth. I really enjoyed that a bit. That was actually like, I wasn't expecting it. I didn't expect them to not just get straight to the point. I was like, oh shoot, maybe it's not going to work. You know, we've seen the Razor Crest get lost before. Maybe we're gonna see the same thing here, right?
God, I gotta go watch the Umbara arc of Clone Wars now, Steve.
Right. That's why I mentioned it to you, because I know it's one of the
good.
best arcs
the
we've got out
best.
there.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys a think tangent that's trauma inducing? Thanks for that, Steve.
Ding, ding.
This just happened this week. What's missing?
Oh, you're missing your wedding ring. So
My wedding ring went boom, 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 ding, 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 and it landed on the street in downtown, and I saw it. I saw it on the road, and I was like, okay, I can't dart in front of a BMW SUV that's coming at it. So I was like, I had my eyes on it. I'm watching it the whole time. I was like, as soon as that car goes by, I'll get in the street and I'll just go grab it. Car goes by, ring is gone. My ring is gone. It was very sad.
Wow.
That sucked.
swallowed up by vines.
You just made me think of that as soon as you went.
Next time, stop the SUV, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Even if they hit you, it's their fault. Wow, that sucks, man.
You
Sucks.
get your ring back and a couple of $1 million in
Well, there you go. My lovely wife said I did the right thing. So we can replace the ring. We can't replace you. So
I don't want to go too tangenty, but I am interested to know what the hell you were doing to cause it to pop up in the first place if you're walking down the street.
It was all soaked up.
I wasn't walking down the street. I was parked in front of Charlie's music class, and while they're up in the music class, I always clean the car, and I was shaking out his car seat cover. And as I was doing that, because it was super cold that morning, and as I mentioned to you, Steve, I've lost 15 pounds, my ring went flying into the middle of the street. So here we are.
Silicone, baby, silicone.
I know. Well, it just means I get to the Star Wars tangent to it, of course, is Steph wants to replace the ring. So I said, can I get both of your names in Orabesh? So
get one of those silicone Star Wars rings, man. They're good to wear every day. You can wear it everywhere. You can always put the shiny one on when you go for a meal.
There you go.
Yeah, well, I ain't got no shiny one now.
Well, I know.
Anyway, Bad Batch.
Yeah. Episode 3, The Shadow of Tantus.
There we go.
We're back, and this is where things start getting crazy, and we do see the escape of Omega. I'm just going to keep saying that from now on. But
until Jamie slaps you?
Yeah, how she talks, I guess. That's
Omega.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What do you guys
think?
This
is racist towards Kiwis, Rob. You know that, right?
I'm just sure. Okay, we'll go with that. Have fun.
You're making fun of people.
Yeah. So I'm just going to walk past that. I want to know what you guys think about the Emiri. Is it Emiri? Is that her name? With Emery. The accent, I can't. Emery. Yeah. So what do you guys think of her character? I thought from last year, this person was on the inside, but it's just another brick in the wall, as they say. What do you think about this type of character?
I'm not fully up to speed on what this character is going to be for us. Yeah. I was expecting to get a little bit more from that, but whatever they're trying to do with this character, they totally throw me for 6 right now, because I don't know.
Yeah.
If it wasn't when she tried to stop him, when she hit the alarm, she's very robotic. If anything, I would guess that she was like an artificial person, not a clone, because she's so robotic. But is she chipped? Is she? I don't know. She's supposed to be taken from Amiga, right?
Well, that's what I'm a
Yeah.
little bit confused on. Does anybody have
Or is it
explanation?
the other way around? The other way around?
Don't
I
know.
don't know.
Well,
Don't
I
know.
would
Yeah.
doubt the other way around just because of the M count, as they say, which I'm assuming is leading to metachlorians, right? But she's another like female clone,
Hmm.
which is rare as it is, and then all of a sudden to introduce us to another female clone, but have this person so part of the system, but
Mm.
still have connection. I'm trying to figure this character out and seeing where she falls in the whole storyline,
Yeah.
which I'm enjoying. So,
Yeah.
what about you, Jamie? Are you enjoying this character at all? What do you think her role is?
I don't know. Yeah, I definitely same as you. I got the sense that she was going to be maybe a bigger deal or a bigger reveal from the end of season 2. And yeah,
Mhm.
it's a little bit disappointing so far. It feels like they haven't really done anything with her. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying not to read too much or into it
Yeah,
or expect too much at this point.
I don't think Bad Batch is something you dive too deep into, as Anil was saying earlier. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, they have nice little things, hidden storylines that will and twists, but it's not something you're trying to super analyze like you do with a Kenobi or Mandalorian or anything like that. So, but they escape the M count. I this is where I'm curious, and I'm going to ask Neil this one. Like, I like how this is leading to the story of Snoke and Palpatine. And actually, Palpatine makes a visit in this episode.
Hmm.
So, are you enjoying that, Anil? Hello.
The bringing in Palpatine and all that business.
Yeah, like, are you a
I don't know
fan
what
of
the
the
question
story?
was. Sorry.
Sorry, yeah, let me ask it again. Are you are you enjoying this storyline of the M count and the connection to Palpatine and Necromancer, and which eventually leads to Rey and Snoke and all that sort of stuff? Do you dig that storyline?
And Grogu and like the whole yeah like well I mean do you okay at a certain point do you guys think that they're a little painted in a corner where they have to go into this realm, you know what I'm saying? Like
I feel that we're
they
watching them paint themselves out over the years and years of this.
y- they're in I mean they're definitely in a like a they're in a sphere that they can't really escape from in terms of story, I think. And that's I guess kind of moving ahead to the whole uh like Ahsoka is much later than all of this, right? The Ahsoka timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the things that was a bit of a letdown from some people's perspective is you had an opportunity because you're going to an entirely new galaxy where you could kind of start some new stuff, but then you're getting right back into this and again back into that track of eventually leading to Force Awakens, Last Jedi, etc. Right, the sequel trilogy. So I think again it was in there's so many I find I'm not surprised by anything so far. There's so many inevitabilities in terms of plot. Doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it
Mm-hmm.
because I'll say the thing I always say, hey, I'll watch the Milk Banthas for 2 hours. Um but but it's going to be interesting to see how like, again like how do they tie it all together. And I think where Bad Batch was best or is best is when we got you kind of get into more clone lore, the getting into bringing Rex in and getting Cody and then the whole thing of clones' rights and them trying to exterminate them all and are they sentient beings or property and all of that stuff. I found that stuff infinitely more fascinating in terms of the Bad Batch storyline. I don't know where you guys stand on that.
What do you guys feel about
What do
that?
you guys think?
Do you prefer a clone-focused storyline, or do you like the way they're twisting this towards Palpatine and going back to, as some people would say, making excuses for Force Awakens, or even Episode 9?
Making excuses for Force Awakens is a pretty cynical take.
Have you met Star Wars fans?
I have, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, is right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I find that it's best just to not talk about the sequels with Star Wars fans. But you know what? Like, I'm more than happy with Bad Batch just being its own self-contained story and not really connecting with like the sequel movies
Yeah.
or anything like that. That said, though, like it's cool seeing Palpatine show up and talk about cloning and whatnot. Like, it kind of reminds you that there is this bigger thing going on when Palpatine shows up.
Yeah.
It's like Bad Batch to me is always just this more kind of fun, self-contained story. As it kind of just sets it apart from the movies, which are always like the massive, like, universe affecting stories.
How about you, Steve?
I mean, I think the cloning part of it is the story of the Bad Batch anyway. They were modified clones, defectors as they call them, but defected and effective. But I think it's part of their story. I think it's part of their lore. Cloning is where it all began, and cloning is what they were there for, and cloning made them. So I think we're going to see it. I mean, it doesn't all have to be about Snoke, because we've seen in The Mandalorian, we had Gideon, who was taking his own look on this and trying to get clones, right? So there's other things out there that cloning could be responsible for. We know we're involved with the Emperor now, but am I super pumped that that's the storyline we're getting? No, because we're living in the past and we know where it's going, so doesn't really excite me that much. I'm more excited about getting the band back together. Is Tech still alive, and what other purpose would Omega serve other than being something? Because she's a female clone, she's susceptible to bond the M count transfer. Is that the story, that females allow you to take that M count bonding and be able to produce a force wielding clone? Is that the story? Because does that tie us into Rey? Does that tie us into this, that, and the other? Are we going to see now that the only way you can clone force sensitive people is if you use female DNA?
Yeah,
I don't know. But Omega's got to have a higher purpose here, because it's solely focused around her and her journey with the Bad Batch. So I'm not too fussed about the cloning thing. I'm more looking forward to the teasers we've been given, which are the Sars Ventress, and seeing some more of Fennec Shan and all that stuff. So.
Yeah. Anil?
It does make me wonder, right? Like with Omega, I just wonder, we don't see her beyond this, right? Beyond, or I know the universe or the galaxy is a big place. So, but we timeline wise, we don't see her at any point or mention of her. So it's kind of like with Rebels and all that stuff, right? You don't see them show up anywhere in Force Awakens, for example, right? So you do wonder how, or at least I wonder how they will tie all this up. I mean, that's obviously where we're headed, so we'll see, I think. So
I would argue they'd actually do.
It's all open to speculation.
Well, we do have the Ghost in
we do have the Ghost
reviews.
and Chopper, and mention of Syndulla in
General Syndulla.
Yeah, in Force Awakens.
Or was General Syndulla was in Rogue One?
Was it Rogue One? Sorry.
Yeah.
But Chopper does make an appearance
in Rogue
One.
But
as
we
Easter egg.
We do see the
as
Ghost,
Easter egg.
I think, turn up at the end, right?
We do see the Ghost in Episode 9.
At the very, 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 very end.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't know what they're up to the whole time, so hopefully we'll see all that stuff, right? So, but anyway, like I say, the universe, the galaxy, whatever. Galaxy is a big place, so there's lots of places for one little, clone to hide. Or how old would she be? I was like, speaking of timeline, how old would Omega be in
the Star Wars universe?
Revenge of the Sith?
You guys do the math on that.
Yeah, what would
I don't know. How old is she now?
Because she's younger than like
12 or 13.
It all depends on how old she
Yeah,
was
so
when
then
they did
how
Order
old is
66.
Yeah. Well, why don't you guys Wikipedia that?
yeah.
So, and I'm going to keep going on to this one here because one of the things that does surprise me is not surprise
You're
me.
the
One
math teacher. Figure it
yeah,
out,
but
man.
I'm kind of
Math
controlling
teacher.
the four windows here on the screen, so you can control your own window on your screen. I'm just
Get
I'm
out your
liking.
abacus, Rob. Come on.
I'm trying to. I like Omega's independence. She seems to be a much stronger character. Every year she becomes stronger, and I'm enjoying the fact that she is controlling this escape route and she knows the plan, even though there's certain hiccups. Crosshair trusts her too. I mean, that kind of mostly, but I like how she's becoming a character that you don't need to keep rescuing. She's in charge. She knows what to do, and I like the bond that her and Crosshair. She will not give up on him, and I'm loving that Crosshair is coming back to the fold.
I think that's what's triggered him, is the fact he can see that someone isn't giving up on him, and I feel he's still holding that grudge that everyone else gave up on what they had, which includes him. So we talked about this ages ago when this all started. You remember how excited we were to see if Crosshair's going to come back and how that reunion's going to be?
And we're getting it, and we'll get to episode 5 in a second here. But
are we allowed?
Well, let's go to episode 4 where they make the escape, and so they have to go. So this is where Crosshair and Omega are just they're on the run, and they're trying to get back to Hunter and Wrecker, and they start working together. I like that whole scene where they're playing. I guess is that Sabak they were playing?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't Sabak. What were they playing?
Yeah, it was a game they made up for the show.
Oh.
So it's an original game for the show. It has rules and is apparently really fun to play. The writers of the show are like, it actually is pretty addictive. So yeah, they just made it up for Bad Batch.
Looked a little bit like poker.
Yeah, I thought it might have been like Pazak or something for a second from Knights of the Old Republic, but it definitely wasn't.
That
was a good scene though, where they were gambling and you had the other Imperial official come in. I enjoyed that.
That was fun.
I don't know why they stole the dog, but I did enjoy that whole thing.
Just to be a dick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my money. I'm gonna take your dog.
Yeah.
Because
the Empire has to be mustache
what, John Wick on it, right?
John Wick.
Well, did we see John Wick moment? Come on.
Did we see what was that beast in Force Awakens? The one that was rolling around in Han's ship. Rathtar. Was that in the movie or in the episode?
We don't know what was in the case. Right?
I just assumed it was a Rathtar for some reason. I did that. It was kind of the release the birds.
Kind of cool if it was.
Did a whole Ace Ventura scene there with getting rid of all the animals from the cages. So
come to me, jungle friends.
Yes.
Chakaka.
That's what we got. We got Megan standing there with her arms out held, and the parrots are landing on her.
Crosshair coming out of the anus of a rhino. Sorry, not a
little
rhino,
hot in these rhinos.
That's why he's shaking, sir.
Don't get me started on Ace Ventura stuff. I'll quote the whole movie.
All right, episode 4.
So, what do you guys think of episode 4? I enjoyed this one for the action. Neil, did you like this one? I enjoyed this pace on this one.
Yeah, I enjoyed Plan 77.
Plan 77.
Plan 77.
What was Plan 77, sir?
That was what they did to steal the ship when they were on the planet still. To get she climbed the rope, he distracted them. She climbed the rope.
I like that back and forth when she quotes the plan. He's like, Tech made you memorize all the plans, didn't he? Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah,
it
was good.
So good.
I was going to say one of the things about Omega. She's supposed to be the ultimate clone, right? Like she's got the best of everybody, right? Is that like is that my understanding of it? That's why she's the Omega.
Implied, yeah.
Yeah.
She's definitely
so
very
I think that's cool that she's super smart. I mean, I'm assuming has all the physical gifts of being, strong and agile and all of that sort of stuff. So it is cool to see her have this leadership role, and she's not just I mean, that's one of the things that we love about Star Wars. It's not the damsel in distress. Uh, like I don't see her as, and I think this is an important thing. Not to get too into the weeds of it, but I was asking people this. A little tangent, but I never saw Princess Leia when I was watching Star Wars as a little kid, right? I never saw Princess Leia as like she's just a female character. She was just a great hero. You know what I mean? You know
Yeah,
where I'm going with this?
totally.
And it's I wonder if that's what anyone watching this gets. They don't see her as she's this, uh strong female character. She's just a strong character.
Mhm.
Uh I don't know if I that's too much of again getting into a different topic, but it is cool to see that she like yeah, it's, obviously she's grown as a character because she's older, but she's just growing into her powers, if you will, right? It's almost like seeing young Peter Parker and following Spider-Man throughout the years or something.
I wasn't concerned about her being a female character. I was concerned about her being a child character. And every time we get a child character in TVs or movies, they always have to play the obnoxious, annoying person. And this one is not. The banter, as you guys were saying, was
Yeah.
good. She can take care of herself. She's smart, intelligent. She has the planning of tech. She has the strength and heart of Wrecker. She's got a piece of everything, and which is what I really enjoy about her. So.
Hmm.
But anybody else want to add to?
I kind of like that she wasn't annoying from the get-go, right?
Yeah, she was young, but she wasn't annoying. Yeah, like Scrappy Doo annoying sort of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, like Ahsoka. Ahsoka was annoying
oh,
as
Ahsoka
hell
was.
at the beginning,
Oh, I
right?
hated
So
her so much. We did an episode years ago about
yeah,
five
yeah.
worst Star Wars characters, and she was number one. But then she became like high on my
Ouch.
list of the best characters at the same time. Young Ahsoka, hated her. Oldest, mature Ahsoka, fantastic. So
What about mid-range Ahsoka
Mm.
that we saw in the flashbacks from Obi-Wan? Is that a thumbs up?
that's a thumbs in the middle.
Okay, that's a
That's,
Clone Wars Ahsoka.
that's where you kiss the thumb like that. What's that movie? The 80s movie they did that?
Is that Chef's Kiss Ahsoka?
No, no.
Oh,
I'm trying to pull an old 80s movie where the guy.
No.
Anyways, Jamie, help me out of this. I'm sinking.
let's go back to Plan 77. It's great. She climbs the rope. She gets into the cockpit. She lowers it down. They all try and get her. He gets in. He comes down. She goes out and shoots everyone. I loved it. It was Plan 77 is a great plan.
Yeah, it was well executed. Lots of fun.
I like it also when they leave and he said, "Which way is the ship?" She goes, "I don't know." He's like, "Oh." You can just see he's like, "Ah, I got to do everything." So good.
The movie is Mega Force, by the way. Barry Bostwick. So
Who the hell is that?
Spin City. He was, oh, you know Barry Bostwick. One of Steve's favorite movies, Rocky Horror Picture Show. He was the clean cut
Brad.
guy. Brad. There you go. Thank you.
Oh,
Jamie.
that's probably why I don't recognize him.
Anyways,
Another one of those great movies Jamie refuses to enjoy.
Yeah.
Rocky Horror Picture Show is it's a white thing. Sorry, it's not for us.
Wow.
It's not a white thing.
Way to
'cause
bring the
I-
racism.
Yeah,
to the show.
thanks
Wow.
for oversimplifying that, Anil. But
Back
I
to
hate
Amiga.
that movie.
Yeah.
I think we didn't grow up with it. That's all I'm saying. We didn't grow up.
No one
with
grew
it.
up with it. It wasn't a fucking kids movie.
if you did grow up with it, yeah.
Yeah, I question the quality of your parenting if you grew up.
Kids
with that.
grow up with Grease, which confuses
too.
the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
Grease definitely has
Yeah,
a more
yeah.
clean cut image.
Did we finish
surface.
episode 5 yet?
Episode 5, The Return. I'm just gonna plow through here.
I haven't seen, so
power
you'll
through.
be happy. I'll keep my mouth shut on this
Yeah,
one.
so this one's interesting
I have
because
nothing
now
to say on episode 5. Go ahead.
we get the band back together, and it takes a little bit of it's very typical thing where two forces are just angry at each other and they learn to get along together. But it's nice. It's it works with the story. They get their feelings heard, but at the same time, they got a mission. We got to go back and go get our clone pals, and they do it by revisiting Mayday's location, and that was touching for me. I don't know about you guys, seeing Mayday's old helmet. So what about you, Jamie?
Yeah, that was pretty sad to see. It was sad, but it was cool to see that Crosshair had made a connection with someone to the point where he was so moved that he had to kind of respectfully arrange the helmets instead of them just being unceremoniously thrown on the ground like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
The question I had for this one for you guys is, I don't know if I missed it or what, but did the hand tremors come from somewhere? Or like, has that been building up, or did that just show up?
That was in episode 1. That was in episode.
Okay.
Yeah. You could tell he was shaking, and it was suggested immediately, and it was kind of, this is going to be a thing down the road.
I thought we saw that last season. At the end of last season.
Maybe, yeah.
Because they were experimenting on him to a point that he was under, right, for a while.
Yeah.
So when he came back out of it, I think his hand was trembling.
Yeah, I just didn't remember that at all.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned that the Bad Batch keep bringing everybody back to that nice little island there. They're going to get exposed soon here. You know what's happening, and all hell's going to break loose.
Orbital bombing.
It's just starting to happen. I mean, you're starting to bring too many people into the shop, and I'm a little concerned about the safety of everybody in this town.
But it was great to see Tech back, though. That was the poignant moment of the whole show for me.
Tech, yes. Not Tech. What are we talking about? Echo.
No, I just want to see Anil's reaction.
Yeah, Steve was trolling. You ruined it, Rob.
Sorry.
Anil's like, what?
No, because Echo comes back, and that was nice.
Yeah, but no Rex.
I was like, Tech, when did he come back? It's like, wait a minute, I haven't seen that episode. Okay.
No, we're leading up to Rex. He was mentioned a number of times. We'll get to him.
Yeah, I thought those two were together, though. I thought they were the new
but
duo.
when you hear that Crosshair's back and Omega's back, you gotta, D. Bradley Baker's only got so much work, so many voices for one day. I mean, he's building up to it. Eventually he'll do all 20, 30 voices in an episode. Don't worry.
Speaking of voices, did you see who voiced the young clones?
It wasn't Daniel Logan, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, nice.
And I also believe it was Fire Fist as well.
Cool.
Fire Fist? What do you mean?
Deadpool 2.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm sorry, the actor's name escapes me.
Yeah, me too. That's why I read Fire Fist.
Mr. Prison Wallet himself.
The kid from the
movie, the big movie.
Julian Dennison.
The Wilder People.
I didn't know that was his name, right? And I just saw Deadpool 2 just this a couple days ago, and I didn't even know that was his name. So
Fire Fist.
Yeah,
it's Fire Fist.
I totally forgot.
Deadpool starts
That
cracking
kid's
up.
funny.
We're a team.
Do I have like a blind spot when it comes to characters' names?
Hear you rummaging around in there. Jamie, what are we gonna do when number 3 comes out? You gonna come out here or what? Because we've been to every single demo movie.
We have. Yeah, I feel like I need to. One of us is gonna have to take a trip.
I'm selling my soul and possibly my anus to get to that premiere, man. I got.
Oh yeah. Hey, do what you need to do, sir. You're in a better position than I am.
I don't see how you're not going to get there. You've been to so many premieres. I think you got it in now, sir.
Yeah, just tell them you got the tickets in your prison wallet.
They must respect that. Come on, game respect game.
Anyways,
did we finish episode?
No, we
5
didn't.
yet?
Episode. Okay. No, now you're digressing here. But it was a fun episode. What did you guys think of it? Real quick, we're running out of time.
It was awesome.
We all gonna go at once.
Yeah, Steve, go for it.
It was good to see him come back. It was good to see him settle the differences. It was good to see another worm after watching Dune 2. It was nice to see a different environment. Yeah, I'm clocking these all up. I'm storing them all up, and I'm not. Yeah. I'm not like over the moon, blown away.
No,
I'm enjoying it, and I'm letting it build up. So yeah, it was good. It was good. My only real, like, it's not a complaint, but my only disappointment in my mind, my own Steve 3 mind, was to see Crosshair get back into his old gear, because I really, really like Imperial Crosshair armor. I really like it, and I want to build it and wear it. And I was like, God damn it! I've just got to the point where I can build this armor.
I
never
thought
gonna
of
see
you
it again.
immediately when I saw him in his Clone Force 99 armor.
Oh man, I'm just not a fan of that helmet, man. The Imperial Crosshair looks so cool.
I like the old armor. Sorry,
yeah,
but I love your work on the new one. You're fantastic. So, but I kind of dig the old one too.
I don't know. That was my only complaint.
Jamie, any last words about that episode?
No, it was just fun. It was fun seeing the gang back together doing Clone Force 99 things. It honestly, it makes me just want to go watch the first 4 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
It makes me want to see the whole crew just doing Bad Batch things.
I miss Crosshair in the group. So
I want to see him get his mirrors out again.
Yeah.
Now he's got the old kit back on. Well, I think he had him on the new kit too, but I want to see him get the mirrors out and do some stuff.
He had it in that when they were infiltrating that one
with
castle.
Cody.
Yeah.
Remember
that. All right, so the next episode coming out is March 13th. There's 2 of them actually: Infiltration and Extraction.
Are we halfway through?
We're getting 2 episodes?
Yeah, we're getting 2 episodes on March 13th, next week, Wednesday.
Is it midpoint? Because usually
that is episode 6 and 7, and there are 15 in total.
So yeah, we're midpoint.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're midpoint. Then another one in the 20th, the 27th. It's very consistent. There's 2 on the 3rd of April, and then 10th, 17th, 24th. So it looks like week. So we're going to get through this, and I'm enjoying this series so far. I'm not looking forward to seeing the end of it, but I'm looking forward to seeing all these people popping up. Like we said, Fennec's going to be there, Cad, bunch of people, nice little surprises. So
I kind of am. I'm in the same boat that I was in when they put Star Wars to bed. You know, I'm like, I want it. I want it to end. I want it to end because it's always going to be there. Hopefully they'll release it on a 4K DVD. You know, and we'll always have it. But if you keep stringing it out, sometimes it's not a good thing. So I'm not upset that this will be the last season, if that makes sense.
It's been
ended on a high note on your own terms, right?
Yeah, very.
You don't want to drag it on until it's no longer good.
Yeah,
very true. It's never a bad thing to wrap up a story in a good way. Like just end a story. You know?
But I enjoy these characters so much. I would like to see them pop up.
Back.
I would like to see them pop up in other franchises, or not franchises, another series. I don't know if that's really going to be a thing, but it's nice. Imagine all of a sudden one day you see live action characters or something.
Maybe
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Would you guys love to see a live action Bad Batch? I would.
Make a quick appearance, possibly.
They keep popping out this way.
You never know.
Nah, make a movie. Make a movie.
We saw a real life Zeb, which surprised the heck out of me. So why not? Any which way, that's wrapping it up. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, and thanks for listening. If you're listening out there on our podcast,
are we doing video on this one? You didn't tell us. I've been picking my nose this whole time.
Yeah, that's all right. I zoomed in on.
I'm not wearing any pants.
We zoomed on that too.
Yeah, you got to give us a heads up.
Well, you're selling your anus somehow, so we got to make sure we can put it on display. We got to get a price on it.
You got to do.
Speaking of selling anuses.
Did you get a sandworm popcorn bucket? Yeah, you did.
There it is.
Why is it dripping?
Oh God!
I put my tissues in here.
That's not butter.
They're happy tissues.
That's not.
What a horrendous movie.
Do you get those in Canada though?
No idea.
Okay, you haven't been to see the movie yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, you guys not fans?
I'm not a fan.
I need to watch the first one again.
I haven't seen the first one yet.
We've talked about it. I discovered where we live now. There's an IMAX.
That's good, Jamie. It's good to know where you live.
Yeah, I kind of want to go see it in
Should
IMAX.
do that.
Yeah, I went to see it in. I didn't go and see it in IMAX, but I went to see it in Dolby
Like
Studio or whatever they
Atmos or
call.
whatever.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's Dune. It's going to be a movie which is going to have some explaining to do, right? So there are going to be some soft spots, if you like. There are going to be some quiet, drawn out moments. But man, when it goes, it goes. And if you go into one with audio rather than just the screen, man, it made for a good movie. So,
I'm definitely, yeah, I don't really go to many movies these
me
days.
neither.
Mostly just because idiots that go to movies ruin the experience for me. But I kind of want to see it in IMAX.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
What-
that.
Yeah, I don't know if we get those crazy. I mean, I have zero interest in the sandworm anus, but if you guys get the Ghostbusters trap popcorn buckets, I might
Comes
have
out-
to hit
comes
you
out
up
on
for
the
that.
There's a
23rd.
trap
Yeah.
bucket? I thought there was a
22nd.
Slimer bucket.
There's everything. It's
Yeah.
everything,
Wow.
dude. They're
There's
going
a
crazy.
Slimer's out now, $20. You can buy it
Yeah.
on AMC.
There's
there's-
a trap.
there's a
that,
trap
like,
one
lights
and
up and opens.
Right, it opens
Oh,
and you
wow.
put like a red bucket into it.
Yeah.
And it holds the popcorn.
Oh wow. Is that I think that was Landmark, wasn't it?
No
AMC.
idea.
AMC. Okay.
AMC. So they are going to be selling it online on March 23rd.
Hmm.
I've got tickets to go and see Frozen Empire on the 22nd.
Nice.
So
Yeah, Jamie, you're seeing
Tickets for the 21st.
21st. Okay.
Yeah, 21st in
New York.
in just regular. I wish. Yeah, we're doing opening night in costume, and then we're doing the Saturday in IMAX.
yeah, that'd be cool, man.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
the popcorn buckets are kind of fun. This one is ridiculous, which is the only reason we got it.
And then you and me are
But there's so
seeing
many
it
people that
sometime,
want it
yeah.
now, and I'm being
Yeah.
told you can't get it in Canada. So now everyone's
Weird.
like, "Oh, why didn't you get me one?" It's like, dude, you know how big these buckets are? I can't go to the cinema. Yeah, it's
There's
pretty-
a lot
looks
of
like
people
it-
having sex with these, right? That's
No, I
what
think
I'm
that's
getting.
just the joke.
I saw a guy who's had shirt. I came here to fuck the bucket or something like that.
Yeah,
Fuck the
I'm only
popcorn.
here
Yeah.
to have sex with the.
I saw
Adam
that. That
Savage
was pretty damn
didn't
funny.
mount it. He actually took it apart and built a
He like
Sandworm
upscaled it, right?
diorama
Yeah.
out of it,
Yeah.
yeah, which is kind of cool.
Adam's cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be our next guest. Anyways, one day, maybe one day. But that being said, let's wrap it up here. And Neil, where can we find you, sir? Good thing. All right, so
Brilliant.
There's
So
Cindy
good.
73 on Instagram.
sorry, say that again, please.
Space Hindu 73 on Instagram. That's about it.
Don't make me edit this. I gotta cut out the gaps.
What did I do?
No, there's like a massive
Yeah,
gap.
there's like a 15-minute delay.
Oh, maybe it's my connection.
All right, well,
I don't know.
let's
Sorry.
redo that one. We're at
I'll
50.
do it again.
Okay, Neil, where can we find you?
Space Hindu 73 on Instagram.
I just want to keep it in. Steve, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram by typing in shit and finding shit's back on my fart.
All right. Neil, did you know that? There's the just look for shit.
Yeah,
I do because I listen to the podcast.
search shit on
guys.
Instagram. That's my favorite thing.
I do. I know this. I listen.
Rob, we
If
need
I'm
to
not
start
here, I support the
tagging.
team.
We need to start tagging the Ready to Believe videos with hashtag fart, so you can just fart or search fart in YouTube, and Ready to Believe will come up.
Okay. I will see what I can do on that search.
Jamie, you need to stop drinking during the podcast.
Jamie, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on our Generation X Wing YouTube channel series, Ready to Believe, where we got Ghostbusters costume related videos coming out every week. So we
Yeah.
just released Easter eggs. That one was a lot of fun.
Yep.
And then we have
Just in
our,
time for Easter.
Yes. Like we planned it.
yeah. And then we got Fan Expo recap and Frozen Empire anticipation coming up after that, along with some other videos in the can ready to go.
Yeah. Talk about Fan Expo. Yeah, as you said. And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at our YouTube channel. We're at 515, so that's awesome.
Whoa,
We
whoa,
passed the
whoa, whoa,
500.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yes,
whoa,
sir.
whoa,
Yes, sir.
whoa, whoa,
Yes.
whoa.
You have
We're
something to
we're
say,
at
sir?
what, Rob?
We're at 515 subscribers.
So,
Yes, sir.
doesn't that mean that somebody owes us that? Well, no, actually owes our listeners, our
Yes.
fantastically great listeners.
Yes.
He doesn't someone have to pay the piper?
Yes.
I
think
feel
there
like
was
I
a
owe
promise.
it to Neil. I feel like none of our listeners are asking for this.
Oh, I know a few people. In fact, I know that there's requests for recorders too. I'm not kidding.
What?
I won't.
Well, let's not go too far. But Jamie,
I swear I won't.
Jamie, big boy
Let's make
pants
request.
all the way up. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, I'm committed. It's happening.
No, Jamie's an honorable man. Yes, he will do it.
I'm gonna pay my
I
debts.
can't wait.
And the good thing about this
wait.
is you might really enjoy it, and Anil is going to gain the camaraderie. Of
12 out of
promise-
10.
I have a feeling
no.
Jamie's gonna like it. I have a feeling
promise
Jamie's
I will go
gonna
in
like
with
it.
an open mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to find the silver lining in this, mostly for my own sanity. But
Rob, you have to watch it with him though, because there's no
Yep.
pausing. It has
Yep.
to be watched from beginning
Yep.
to end with no break.
We'll try even get Anil there somehow. So we
Dude,
can
are
I
have
we
think
gonna do
okay, so I was thinking about this. As long
Mhm.
as you guys give me enough heads up,
No, we need to do it
I
this
am
year, though.
allowed. Yeah. Like, no, just give me, just let me know when. It would have to be at night, of course. But after
Like
my little guy's asleep.
10:30, 11 o'clock.
No, like 7:30. I'll fall asleep at 10:30. Come on.
All right, we'll talk off
But
air.
I
We'll figure
would
it out.
I really want to be there,
No, I don't think
with
you should be.
Jamie
I
on
think
this
Jamie
journey.
needs to be left alone to his own devices, and then
Just
you'll have to come on the
sit
show
in
to
a
hear him.
quiet, dark room,
Yeah.
sobbing
I
to
don't- I think-
himself.
Jamie's such a nice guy that if you were there, he will be forced to like it because he's a nice guy. And then Neil,
It's
you're
gonna
gonna
be
you're gonna be
like-
like you're gonna give him those eyes, and he's not gonna be able to.
That's
he's
such a
gonna be-
load of bullshit.
tell-
Jamie will not
I'll
be influenced
tell
by
you,
it.
Yes, he
I'll tell
will.
you how it's gonna go. I'll tell you this. It's gonna be like Steph hadn't seen Return of the Jedi, right? And the whole time, when that's the first time you're watching this with your partner or whatever, and I'm just watching her watch it to see if she likes the same parts that I love, So if Jamie and I
Huh?
watch Love Guru together, there will be moments where I'll just be watching Jamie.
Yeah, just
Exactly.
sitting
That's
there like,
cheating.
huh?
We share.
That's cheating.
Huh?
If you
If
were
we
if you
share
were
the
there when I
same
watched
brain.
it, I'd probably find it more funny looking at you laugh at this ridiculousness. So yeah,
it'd be like
it's-
watching Deadpool with me, where I'm like pre-laughing before
Exactly.
the jokes happen.
There you go.
And I'll be sitting on
Yeah.
the other side of the couch, just buried my hand, and it's like, you did this to yourself.
I think Jamie has to watch it with an
No.
independent,
Jamie's
an
Jamie's a big
independent
boy.
judge, which will be
He can
Rob.
watch it whatever way he wants. If he
Yeah.
wants to watch it with me,
There you go.
watch it
If
with
he
me.
enjoy,
figure it
how
out.
about
Up to
this?
Jamie.
How about this?
But all I will say is
Jamie
this,
watches
Jamie.
it.
2 words. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
2 words. Hello.
So 2 words is
First word
stink
sounds
mop.
like
Stink mop. That's it. Stink mop.
Stink
Stink.
mop.
Stink mop.
Was
When
that in
you
the
watch
movie?
the
I totally
movie-
have kind of cleansed my soul.
So
Of
so
that.
here's what I think.
Yes,
I think
it's in
Jamie
the movie.
Jamie watches it with Rob
It's
as a
in the movie.
witness, and if Jamie really does enjoy it, then he watches it with Anil. That's the way it should happen.
No, I'm
So
not
he has to watch
watching
it
with him.
twice.
No, you're
Yes, because if
you're
he
in
really
a
enjoyed
different
it, then he has.
country.
I signed
You
up for
don't
one
get to
watch.
call the shots. No.
Yeah, I think we'll talk off air
Yeah.
as I'm trying to
One
end
watch
this
to rule
show.
them all. One watch to rule them all.
At some point, I don't know how I got roped into this one, but at some point, Rob and I are going to watch the Ghostbusters 2016 movie as well. Oh, I didn't make any deals about
Hmm.
subscriber count or anything like that.
It's the Ghostbuster way.
That's what I'm saying. Jamie's so nice; he will do what it takes to make his friends happy.
And-
So that's why he's going to put himself through that. He's probably
Who knows? I
shouldn't.
might like that one too.
know
Again,
what?
that's another one I'm going to.
I think it will be exactly the same thing. You'll laugh in the beginning, and by the end, you'll be crying.
This just gives me an excuse to hang out with Jamie because I haven't seen you in forever, man.
Like if
There
you
go.
really
Let's
enjoy a
talk about
glass
that.
of scotch and then someone takes a bottle and just pours it and you're not allowed to move and it's just guzzling, and then at the end of it you're just crying because you.
I'm
can't-
crying because I can't end the show.
Are we still recording?
You're still recording. I still haven't said goodbye
We've
yet.
got so much editing to go.
Nah, I'm not editing shit now.
I would
So-
because we
it in.
can't do it.
Good. I'll send it over to you, shall I?
Yeah. Okay. Done.
Done. It'll be a 2-second
We'll do it
episode
live. We'll
of
do it
your
live.
thumb trying to figure out the camera in the end. So, anyway, speaking of speaking of which, get your worm out of the camera. As for me, Outer Rim
That
Rookie
happens.
on Instagram, Facebook, Outer Rim Rookie Show, and well, I'll just leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hope you next week we're talking about A Mighty Wind. It's thank you. It's Steve's turn for movies, and you'll enjoy it. And we'll talk to you next week. And say bye, Zod. Bye, Chewie. I feel like I should bring something here. There's Ryback. There you
That trophy is mine, bitch.
It is.
My own.
go. Talk to you later. Bye.
How come my comics don't show up on the screen? What is that all about?